The time has come when FIFA 20 is dying a painful and very slow death, and we await and start to think about the future. And FIFA 21 is the future, and we want it to be a better game than FIFA 20. We want every year it to get better. And I have proposed 10 insane features that if they add, it will mean that FIFA 21 could be one of the best FIFAs ever. Today we'll be going through these 10 concepts and ideas I've had, and we're going to be discussing them and telling you why they'll be better for the game. Now obviously there are going to be way more than 10 improvements for this game. If you guys have any ideas for FIFA 21, put it in the comment section down below. I'll definitely reply, and also I might make a second part to this video if there are any good ideas that I think should get in. If you do enjoy this video, I'd massively appreciate it if you could drop a like. It'd mean the world. Can we try and hit 20 likes on this video as soon as possible? It would be amazing. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, because when FIFA 21 does come around, we're going to be having daily content guaranteed. We're going to be absolutely grinding the game, and I cannot wait. Now a quick thing before we get into this, with these suggestions, I'm fully aware that EA are probably not going to put in any of them. Maybe they'll put in one or two, but out of all the 10, not that many, because they're a stubborn company that only do things for the money. But if you are working at FIFA and you are watching this, just take notes, because some of these will make your game so much more playable. The last thing to note is every single design made that's shown in this video and in the thumbnail, the links to the Twitters of the guys that made that will be down below. Please go follow them. They're all insanely talented at what they do, and they've made this video so much better visually. But without further ado, let's get into the first one. So the first concept and idea is bringing back the Gold Cup or the daily knockout tournament, and that can have insane rewards. I feel like in FIFA 20 it's really boring that if you want to just play throughout the week, all you can play is rivals, and it's so boring. I'd love a knockout tournament where you can play 4 matches against random people and you can have a reward at the end. I remember I think it was FIFA 17, there was a tournament for Team of the Season Rudy from the Bundesliga, and you had to win 4 matches and you got that card. It wasn't the best card in the game, but it was so simple and fun that you could just play for a card, and if you won a tournament you'd win it. It was brilliant. And based on the prize, whether it be coins or a certain player, you could have restrictions. So for example, if you were playing for a Felipe Anderson, you could in theory have maybe a restriction of you have to have a minimum of 4 Brazilian players in your team or 2 West Ham players, something along those lines. Just make it fun, make us not play rivals all the time, and make us use different players that we haven't used before. Number 2 is going to be draft rewards. Now I think a lot of things can be changed in draft. In my personal opinion, draft is the best game mode and the game mode with the most potential in FIFA 20. Although I'm quite content with the rewards in the sense that you can honestly come out in any round throughout the game and almost make a bit of profit, but I think the rewards could be so much better for this game mode. First of all, I genuinely believe, this is something EA won't do, but you should get a draft token if you win the draft. If you have beaten and won that draft tournament, you should surely get a free entrance into the next one. It only makes sense for me, and the fact they haven't done it just kind of blows my mind. The second thing I wish they would add is, you know how in Rivals in FIFA 20, you get the options for rewards, you get untradable, tradable, and coins. I think it should be something like this. So for example, if you were to win the draft, you'd have 3 options: an 100k pack which is untradable, you'd have a 50k pack and a 25k pack that are tradable, and then you could have the option of maybe like 30,000 coins. Now they're probably not the fairest 3, but that's just an example of having an untradable or tradable and a coin selection. I think it'd be so much better for people, because if they do win the draft, which is hard in itself, then they should be able to have options that best fit their club. Next, we're going to be talking about adding different players to draft. Like, I want every single type of player card in draft. I want all the cards that you can get from packs, which are already in the game. And I also want cards from objectives, cards from SBCs. Why not? What is the harm in putting them in? Because if someone uses a squad with one of those SBC players and they're good, they're going to go do the SBC. So it'd be so nice just to have the privilege to try out like new and exciting cards. It's just so annoying for me that when I build a draft, there are some cards that pop up and I just get their day 1 card and they have about 12 informs and I don't get one of their informs. It's so annoying at this point in the game, especially playing with just basic versions of the cards. For example, in this draft I built earlier, obviously this is an exceptional draft, like a really good draft, But this Ramos here, why was I given normal Ramos and not like a 90, his team this season, or something like that? Or this De Gea, maybe, why wasn't I given maybe his FUT birthday card? This Hazard, why wasn't I given his 95 card? There was a period a couple of weeks ago where they put all cards into draft. I thought it was the best thing ever. I have to ask you this, what is the harm of everyone having insane drafts? It doesn't do anything, it just means that everyone's got great teams, and I think it's so much more fun, and it just allows for a great experience. The fourth thing we're going to be talking about is this right here, the season progress thing on the seasons, where basically they give you, I think it's 30 levels, and you claim them by getting points and stuff. And I think the system is great, but the issue is, like, level 4 is a flame tifo. This is a badge. Level 8 is a stadium theme. No one cares about a badge. I can guarantee you, unless it's their club badge, no one cares. I've never used a tifo in my life. I've just got the one that I was given originally. I do not care. Get them out of the game and give us untradeable packs. Like, the fact you've made all these packs untradeable is a bit annoying in itself, but I'd take an untradeable 5k pack over the swim celebration. I don't care about them. Get them out and get more packs in, because people play this game to get packs. That's what they want. No one cares about having a tifo. People just want fun packs to open and that thrill of getting a good player. Number 5 is about weekend league requirements. Very similar to the knockout tournament. I believe it'd be absolutely brilliant if they put in requirements for weekend league. Currently, everyone uses the exact same sort of meta team for FUT Champions. You barely see any difference, and you see all the same players popping up. I, for one, have only used 5 or 6 teams in this whole year for all my FUT Champions. I'm just having to stick with the same team because I can't put any other players in because they don't fit the meta. Why not put some, like, FUT Champions requirements? Maybe you have to have 2 silvers in your starting 11 or something along those lines. Just spice it up a bit. Let us use other players that are just a bit against the game and its meta. Number 6, we're talking about weekend league rewards. Now, there's a couple of things I'd like to add here. I'd like to potentially add back monthly rewards. And as you can see on screen, back then you got, for Elite, you got 20 of the monthly players. Elite 1 that was. And then say like Gold 1, you got 5 of the monthly players. So every player that was in those 4 weeks of FUT Champions rewards, you got a pick of, you got to get potentially 4 of them. I thought that was so exciting, just because in the fact that, say if you got unlucky one week and you didn't get any good players, maybe you could have another chance at it. And just more rewards are brilliant. Everyone loves rewards, everyone loves packs. Why not give more of them? And like giving out 5 more informs to someone for playing a month of FUT Champions. Now, someone deserves a medal for playing 4 weeks of FUT Champions straight, let alone an extra monthly reward. I think it'd be class to bring back in, and especially during like team of the season hype promos, I think it would be brilliant. Which leads me to my next point, that they should put some promo cards into it rather than just informs. Having only informs, and obviously team of the seasons later in the game, into rewards is just boring. It really is boring, because informs are normally like, there's normally only 1 or 2 a week that are really good and usable. So why not add in some promos, like some interesting cards? So say if it's footies, add the footy cards in. If it's team season, they do add it in. But if it's like loads of different ones that we've had, if it's FUT birthday, add some FUT birthday players in. Why not? I think it'd be so much better in every way. The next one is position changes. I think this would be absolutely class. 2 prime examples of position changes I'd love to see is left wing to striker, or right wing to striker, or striker to the wing. Or maybe like fullbacks to centre back, or centre back to fullback, or your fullbacks become a winger, or your wingers become fullbacks. There's so many restrictions on chemistry these days that, as before what I was saying, you can only use meta players, you can also use only certain meta players that link with other meta players. There are so many chemistry restrictions that stop us like being allowed to play with our ultimate team. We have to play with an ultimate team under EA's like supervision. Number 8 is to change celebrations and replays. It's a bit of a controversial one, because when I hear people say it, I'm like, grow up, it's just a celebration, it's not that deep. But then it happens to you when you play FUT Champs and you're triggered, and it's just pointless, and it's just adding so much toxicity to this game. And the FIFA community is one of the most toxic communities in the entire gaming industry, and we need to get rid of this to get rid of some of the toxicity. Now, the way I do it is, before you go into a game, you and your opponent can decide whether or not to disable celebrations and just go straight there. And for replays, what I reckon they need to do is get a better replay system so that you can watch your replays better at the end of the game, so you don't have to watch them in game and waste the opposition's time and trigger them and watch it to annoy them. Number 9 is trade offers. Now, this is a very interesting one. As you see, there is a concept on screen. Now, trade offs were taken out, I believe, in FIFA 15 or 16 because they were allowing people to sell coins really easily. You just trade over the coins. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below on how they could make trade deals able to happen, but I think a simple solution is that it can only be untradeable, and if you are trading something of value, then the minute you trade it, it automatically becomes untradeable. That means that no one can use it to sell coins because there's no monetary value there. It's just an untradeable card that you can't really sell. Now, the only issue with that is it maybe become an issue where people start selling cards, but I can't see that popping off too much. And I think trade-offs are such a fun time. Like, I'd love to give one of my mates a card that I don't use, that he really wants. I think it'd be a brilliant thing to do. And last but not least, we have milestones. What the hell is this section of the game? It makes zero sense. Bundesliga, like, these players throughout even the game are useless. The only player that I think has ever been good is Politano. I know people that used him, but the fact that, say for example, the Premier League one, Trossard, a left winger, useless, plays for Brighton. Belgium's an alright nation to do. You're telling me I have to go into a game with, for example, Burnley and score 2 goals in 2 rival wins in like Division 3 or 4, whichever one I'm in at the time. It's so tough, and with how toxic Division's in, it's so difficult. And by the time you've played all these games, you've probably got enough Division rival rewards to get a better player than the actual Trossard that you see in front of you. And I know they added some of the upgrades, but even then, it's so difficult. And by the time you've completed this like strenuous task, you'll already have enough coins to get that. And also with rivals and FUT Champions in this milestone section, like, what are you doing here? I think for FUT Champions, it was something ridiculous, like 300 wins, and you got an ultimate pack. That's not, and it's untradeable. That's not okay. Make it tradable or make it a better pack. I reckon they need to just put better players in this and change them more, make them better, make them maybe like ones to watch cards that they improve with their own forms. And they just need to make them easier to get, or if they're making them this difficult to get, they need to make the cards so much better. But anyway, those are my 10 new insane features that I think would make the game so much better. Let me know any of your thoughts down below, any of your new ideas for FIFA 21 in the comment section down below. Drop a like if you have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.